Hi, I'm Cheryl Rowling, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Ontario, Canada. Thank you for joining me today. Don't worry about sizes or supplies for this card as they are attached to this video. If you enjoy watching this video, could you please like and share as this helps me grow my channel? And if you could leave a comment, that would be wonderful, as I love to see where you're watching from or what you think of the card. If you aren't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button and hit notifications so you will know when I post a new video. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to help you out. My contact information is attached. This is the card we're going to be making today. Isn't it beautiful? This set also is one of my favorite sets. It is the Christmas season. I love being able to use all of these different items and create a card. And the last card I used the Merriest moments, and I did the same thing. I created with the elements, and I absolutely love this. But this is what I'm using, the Merriest Frames Hybrid. And then I'm using this die here, this big thing, and I cut my Pear Pizzazz out with that. And then once it's cut out, I put it in the Merriest Frames Hybrid, and it locks into place. I have one in here to show you, and it just basically locks into place. You can see exactly where it goes, and you can scoot it back and forth or up and down to get it, and then you just close it and you run it through just like an embossing folder. So that's that. And I use the Wishing You a Wonderful Season Filled with All the Good Things That Warm Your Heart and Lift Your Spirit from the Regal Reindeer. And then I use God Blessing to You from Hope and Peace. And the background here is the Timeworn Type 3D embossing folder. It just adds another depth to the card. So we will get started. Bring in my things here. Oh, I used Crumb Cake and Soft Suede for the pine cones. I used Real Red for the berries. I used Garden Green for the holly. I used Evening Evergreen for this branch. And I used Mossy Meadow for this ferny kind thing, and the stems to the berries. Okay, that is out of here. Now, what I'm going to do is, with this, it has been cut with a die and then embossed. But I want to use my Wink Stella while it's not attached and go around. You can do this when it's attached, but it's easier, trust me, it's easier to do it when it's not attached. And just go around. Yes, you might be covering up a little bit of your Wink Stella that you put on, but it is so much easier to do it this way than going around the pine cones and different things. Now, mind you, I did mine because it was an afterthought with going around the pine cones. But after I thought about it, it's like, well, that just might make it a lot easier for everybody if you do it ahead of time. And it doesn't take too long to do it. And you don't have to do the whole thing, just till you get a little bit of the shimmer on there. Because you can see I'm not doing the whole thing. I'm just going down the center basically. Okay, put that aside. And now we are going to bring this back, and as you can see, the Timeworn Type 3D embossing folder is all on there, and it just adds something. So now why I put that on there, I don't know. I am coming along with my little tiny glue. There, hopefully that's enough light. Maybe if I picked it up, I'm not casting a shadow then. Doesn't take too long with this, but I'd like to get, it would be a lot easier if you put the adhesive sheets on it, but I never think about that. I am gifted in some areas, but remembering to do that is not one of those areas. There we go. Yeah, I didn't do it here. Now I'm trying to center it between. Yeah, looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to flip this over and rub it all the way around. There. Now I have a little bit that's over, but it shouldn't matter once I get my card backing on here. There's my card back, and stick this on. And basically it comes right to the edge. I don't think, nope, you can't see anything along there. Oh yeah, you can, just a little tiny bit, which is not like, not much. Oh, I moved that. Oh, come on. It's not straight up and down. That doesn't not work. I might have to cut off more. Oh well. Not a big deal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut off a little bit more. Just when you're putting it on, just, yeah. Remember, put it down here a little bit farther. Mine was fine until it was not straight. But no big deals. We can always fix things. Now I am coming in with my Stamp-A-Majig, and how I do this is I put my paper down, what I want to stamp on, and then I put my stamp down on top of it where I want it. Then I attach it. Then I take this off and I look and see if it's straight, because you've got lines on here, so it makes it easy. And then what I do is I bring this 6 by 6 inch window sheet in, stick it in place, and I take those out obviously, bring this down, stamp it, see if it's straight. If it's not straight, I will correct it and clean this off, and then I will stamp it again until it's what I want. And then I take this off and I take my ink. Yeah, I have it right there. I have these spots I like to use on my Stamp-A-Majig. And then I take it and I put it right there. And hopefully it's straight and that I don't need to do it again. And if I need to do it again, I will definitely do it again. Something right there. So now that I've got that done, I will bring this back after I clean it first though. And I will do the inside the same way. And I have it on the other side. So I'm just going to put this together. I like to do everything with the long ways going across, because then I can see it better. Now I'm just going to take this and put it in here. There's a definite place for it. You can see. Just like that. There. Okay, now I'm going to bring out more stuff. These I stamped and cut to save time, because yeah, you don't need to see that. So what I'm doing is I am getting my pine cones, and I'm only putting a dimensional in the middle of the pine cone, because then I can actually put stuff underneath. I want to be able to insert things around. So if I only use one, it's so much easier. Now I'm going to put this down first. And it goes across here. Then I have another one. So I've done 2 of these. I did 3 pine cones. I did 3 berries and 1 fern. Now I'm working it around the words. I do not want to cover up my words. So once I get those two underneath, then I'm taking the backings off these dimensionals so that I can place them in here. And they fit. Now I'm going to bring that up a little bit. There we go. Now I am bringing in my holly. Now there is a side that the longer is to go underneath, and you just have to aim it where there is no dimensional so that you can get it underneath. If I take my tweezers, I might be able to do a better job. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to have to lift this a bit and get that on. Now I'm taking my ferny thing. It's not really a fern, but it's kind of a needles pine branch. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that's probably more it. There we go. So much easier with my tweezers. I don't know why I didn't get them out to begin with. It's hard to hang on. Whoopsie. I obviously did not push that down. There. Now stick this in here. Now we get the next one. And glue it. I usually hold that in my hand. Now this is going, I want it to go across over top of the empty space here. There. Now I will, after I'm finished with the card, I will put more dimensionals on these. It's just for right now, it's just easiest to just put the one. Nope, I want that end to go in, so it needs to get, it goes there, and this one goes down here, and over here, and I want to cover up that's empty space, and put that here, and add this in here. My peace and quiet has ended. Sorry about that. Okay, that one just right there. Now what I did was I put Winka Stella on my pine cones because I wanted them to show too. Oh, well, that was smart. That came out in a gush. Okay, let me see. What can I do? There. Don't do that. Okay, I am going to get rid of that one. I do have another one someplace. Actually, now I can put a few more on there because I lifted it up. Yeah, that will work. Better that it happened to me than to you. So you realize that, yeah, it can happen to the best of us. I was squeezing and nothing was happening, and all of a sudden, yeah, it happened. Yeah, so what do you think? So I am going to, I still have the inside to do, but I'm going to take my fork and make a bow. Just pull, and then I pull in the direction I want it to go. Then I get my scissors, my ribbon scissors that I've been having to hide so my family doesn't, my grandkids don't get them and use them for paper. So I'm taking my, you can take your pick tool with the pokey tool on the end and just roll that up, stick it there, and then you put the ribbon right there, and voila, it is stuck, and it is not going to move because of the way I placed it. Now these are my red rhinestones, and there's my take your pick tool, and they go, I'm using 5 of these. There. Just to pick it up a bit. I like to put these away so that I don't lose them. There we go. Now, the front is done. Put that aside. And now I am going to do that on the inside. So now I'm taking my big pine cones. These are the small ones, but to fill it in, I'm using the big ones. And I'm taking Crumb Cake first and doing my pine cone, the lightest color. You can reverse this if you, oh, I picked up the wrong one. There, this one. I wonder. There. I was going to do it in reverse, and I just use soft suede and crumb cake, or I'm supposed to. You can do whatever you want. Whoops. I need garden green. Now this is a little bit tricky, but it's not bad. So I'm using this one. So I'm only going to ink that one up. And I didn't want to detach them because they have a die that does that, cuts it out just like this. So I made sure that I didn't get any on this one so that it wouldn't go over top of the pine cone. Now I'm doing the berries. There we go. Now I am going to do the envelope. Should have been doing it at the same time, but I can only do one thing at a time, apparently. Oh, sometimes. But I'm doing basically the same thing with this one as I did in the center. That's crumb cake. This is soft suede. There we go. Holly. Bring my garden green closer so that I can see what I'm doing. And then do it again. Put it in there, there, and now I'm going to do the berries, and it will be finished for that. Now I'm going to bring my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig in. And I'm going to put that there. And I have already set this up the way I want it. And I showed you how I did that. But I love the font on this. It's beautiful. Oops. Isn't that pretty? Love that. Oh, gotta clean it. If I don't clean it when I do use it, sometimes I forget for a while. And then I go to put it on my back away, and it's like, oh, didn't clean them. And I get ink all over my fingers, and that is not the most pleasant way to end a day. Thank goodness for liquid glue, which has wiggle room. There we go. So what do you think? There's my envelope. Get things organized here. What do you think? There we go. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you spending time with me. I know this is such a busy time of the year. We spent Sunday with my girls baking, doing our part of our Christmas baking. We didn't get it all done, but we had a great time, and I hope you're doing the same thing with your family and getting to spend time together. Thanks again. And if you need anything, all the items are listed in the video. And if you need to, would like to purchase any of these items, my online store is listed in the video. Thanks again. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Bye now.